What's up everyone, welcome back to Beyond ARTV. My name is John and you're tuned in to episode 2 of my new series Common Ground. Common Ground is a show where I'll take 5 different songs that have the same word or iteration of a word in the title, and we take that specific word and try to find if there's some sort of missing link or connection that ties all of the songs together. Thank you so much for the positive and warm reception that you gave to episode 1, which was for the word lonely. It was truly amazing to see the comments rolling in and all of the support that you gave it. I know it's not going to be the most popular show on this channel, but still, I'm very proud of it. Today's episode is trying to get to the bottom of what do these midnight songs have in common. I've selected 5 different songs that I think are great that have the word midnight in the title, and we're going to try to find how they might all have some common ground. What could they all be about at their core? I'll be breaking down and explaining each track, and then at the very end, I'll go through and give my theory as to how they're all connected. Please drop a like on this video to continue showing support for this series, and if you would like to follow along with Season 1 of Common Ground and listen on Spotify, there is a link in the description down below. I'll continue adding each 5 songs every time there's a new episode. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines midnight as the middle of the night, specifically 12 o'clock at night, or a deep or extended darkness or gloom. I know it probably seems a little bit silly that I actually have to put up the definition of midnight, because you think to yourself, well, midnight is a universal term. Everybody sees that or hears that and they think one thing. They think about 12 o'clock at night. Well, for some, it's not always so simple. I feel like there's a lot of people out there just getting whooshed on the daily, so I had to put it out there just in case. Now that we're hopefully all on the same page, we can get into this and start breaking down and explaining 5 different songs that contain midnight in the title, starting with Blink-182's song After Midnight. Believe it or not, this was the last official single that was released with Tom DeLonge still in Blink-182. It features both him and Mark Hoppus rotating on lead vocals, which has always been a characteristic and dynamic that I've thought was a staple of what made Blink-182 work. There's some great riffs, and obviously I love Travis Barker's drumming on this, and actually the song was born from the drumming. Then Mark and Tom took their ideas about love and 2 broken people finding each other late in the night, and they wrote separately, but the ideas came together very smoothly and very naturally. As Tom handles the verses and Mark sings the hook, we start to learn of 2 disenchanted lovers who have had a lot of things that have happened to them over time that have made them very jaded when it comes to relationships, but it seems like they're coming together at night perhaps despite all of the odds. I think that maybe it describes 2 people who are very nervous and are afraid of feeling, but perhaps nightlife or the cover of darkness provided reason enough for them to cut loose and actually have fun and realize that they have a ton in common. The searing burn of jealousy lingers somewhere in the air, and it starts sometime around midnight. I've referred to this as a modern masterpiece before for good reason. This is a song that really is of the utmost quality, the impeccable vocals, the story that it's selling you on. It talks about a narrator who is going through this vicious breakup, and he's out and he sees his ex, and the woman kinda not really directly confronts him, and she's intentionally making him jealous. She's with somebody else. She's doing it just to spite him, and it gets a rise out of him nonetheless. He goes home really wandering, contemplating life. He's a broken person. His world is falling down around him. And what I love about this track is the fact that the song is constantly in an upwards ticking crescendo. It's always getting louder, more intense, and you feel those vocals. They do such a good job. Even if you're not buying, they're selling and you're getting it somehow. I know I already mentioned the vocals, but they're so good here, and they help carry this really sincere and impactful message of something that is going down late at night. It's an incredibly well-told story that doesn't need the aid of a chorus.
I lost my head in Japan, yeah. Midnights in Tokyo, permanent love from a one-night stand.
It's about time that I put some respect on the name of Many Mansions, a project that people have been telling me to check out for the longest time, and don't think that I haven't. I just haven't really talked about them publicly before, but I'm excited. They got a new album coming out this July, so make sure you check that out. The track that I'm obviously bringing up today that has Midnight in the title is Midnight in Tokyo off of their recent EP. The song opens up with a really funky slide bass line that I really do love, and then it kind of draws you into the atmosphere as the lyrics start to discuss this one night stand, or perhaps several different ones that have occurred over time. A jealous, seemingly kind of sly lover talks about how he's like, baby, who's your man now? What are you doing? Where are you? Can we reconnect? But he also talks about how he feels lost, perhaps maybe daydreaming of a certain love. It's a kind of carefree song that also slightly cares, and I would say it's vocally and kind of musically at times delivered in the style of something like Smooth Sailing by Queens of the Stone Age, which, if you know, you can make the connection there. Queens of the Stone Age to Mini Mansions, it's Michael Schumann. He's the leader of this project Mini Mansions, and he plays bass in Queens. Midnight in Tokyo is a charming, quick on its feet cut that I had to show some praise to. They're a smaller band, but they definitely deserve to be here with the others. This next one is a lot darker than it might seem at surface level. Billy Talent, a Canadian rock band, pushed out Devil in a Midnight Mass as a single from their record Billy Talent 2, which I felt was kind of a ballsy move considering the subject matter. It calls out and puts on blast the priest in the Catholic Church who take advantage of and sexually assault and groom young boys. It's a horrible thing that not a ton of people were talking about in the mid-2000s, and this just made it all that much more noteworthy. Now, the Midnight Mass part of this track is something that actually takes place on Christmas Eve in the Catholic tradition. It's an interesting thing, and obviously here, the lyrics seem to really paint home a portrait of maybe this thing is happening, but also karma is coming to get you and justice is going to be served. We're going to take you down, and I'm so happy to see that in 2019, we're actually taking strides against these things.
We were just a good thing, we were such a good thing, make it go away without a word.
Ooh, there is a lot to unpack on Midnight Show by The Killers, and if you're not a fan of the band, then you're probably not going to know what I'm talking about when I refer to the Murder Trilogy, but it's obviously a collection of 3 different songs, including Midnight Show alongside Bourbon on the Shelf and Jenny Was a Friend of Mine, that chronicle the murder of a fictional young woman named Jenny. Midnight Show is the centerpiece, and to oversimplify, Jenny cheated on the fictional protagonist, and now this man has taken her life under the stars at night, strangling her to death after he learned that she had cheated on him. The song does an incredible job of kind of throwing you off, giving you the red herrings, saying, hey, this is an upbeat, fun song, this is taking place on the Las Vegas Strip, but in reality, it is about a murder, and we are seeing this all go down in real time as he thinks about the consequences, as he actually does the act. It's really kind of dark. When you actually start to take in the lyrics and hear the words for the first time, everything is unlocked, and you're like, holy shit. This isn't about a Las Vegas show that they're going to. This is about the show that the man sees as a show, at least, the murder itself, and how he's so confident that he's going to get away with this. Now that we've discussed all 5 songs, what do they have in common, if anything at all? What's the common ground here? We could take the easy way out here and give the cop-out answer of, oh, they're all tied together by time, but I wanted to find a deeper connection, if there was one. Midnight, of course, refers to the 12 o'clock hour, a time when darkness is certainly surrounding us all, and the only light you'll see is either man-made or from the moon. I believe that darkness, both literally and metaphorically, links all 5 of these tracks together, even though they're all unique in their own right. I love all 5 of the songs here, and I do highly suggest that you follow along to the Spotify playlist in case you missed out on any of the tracks and you haven't heard them for yourself. Go follow. All of Season 1 of Common Ground will be linked in one playlist. What do you think these Midnight songs have in common? Let me know in the comments section down below. Do you think I got it right, or do you think there's some sort of deeper meaning, or perhaps they're not connected at all? Any and all thoughts are welcomed in the comments section down below, and while you're down there, feel free to suggest a word and some songs containing the word that I could do for a future episode. Don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for the love of music. We talk about music multiple times per week on both of my channels for the love of it, so don't miss out on that. You can catch up on episode 1 right here, or check out another recent upload right over here. Socials in the description, including that Spotify playlist, and I'll see you soon for more on Beyond ARTV.